Time has run out and the ultimate universe is coming to an end. This is the ultimate endgame, so let's talk about that in this video. Hello everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, we'll be doing a review for Ultimate Endgame number 1. Later on, I will also be looking at all the variant covers and talking full spoilers, but not just yet. Let's talk about this issue in particular. This is written by Dennis Camp with art by Terry and Rachel Dodson, Jonas Scharf, and also we have colors by Federico Blee and Edgar Delgado, letters by Corey Petit, and the main cover by Mark Brooks. Also, a plethora of other covers. We'll look at all those in a minute. Um, if you're not caught up, I have been a really big fan of the Ultimate Universe ever since its inception. Ultimate Spider-Man and the Ultimates are two of my favorite Marvel series that they've done in a long, long time. But everything else is also very good. I'm really enjoying Ultimate Wolverine, Ultimate X-Men, and even all the other books. Like I'm reading those in collections, but they're still a lot of fun. It is kind of a shame that the Ultimate Universe is coming to an end, at least for this iteration. We don't really know what the future has in store for this. It looks like Marvel may be looking to kind of combine everything once again into one place, but we don't really know. So, but let's talk about the end game here as it has arrived. The moment that's been building since the beginning of the new Ultimate Universe, spinning out of Dennis Camp and Juan Friguere's Ultimates, which you should read this first and then go read the Ultimates that comes out this week as well. Um, this is the culmination of Ultimate Invasion. 2,000 years have passed. 2000's actual 2 years of in the actual universe, but also 2,000 years in another way. Inside the city, the Maker has had thousands of years to prepare for his return. With the barrier around the city finally gone, heroes all across the Ultimate Universe must mobilize to defeat the Maker before it is game over for everyone. Meanwhile, the rest of the world wages World War III. Uh, yeah, this is such an exciting book. We have, of course, like I mentioned, multiple artists, and that really works in a way because we are seeing things as a prologue of how people are getting prepared, and then we get into it, right? So half of this issue happens, we get to check in with teams from all around the world, and even in space we get to see troops mobilized. Get to see all these factions, including not just all the emperors of these little subcontinents, but also shield. Everyone's mobilizing. It is time. They know the Maker's back. And then we also get to see inside of the city. We get some really cool surprises. It's very exciting stuff. I really enjoyed this issue. Dennis Camp, I feel like, has been building a really fun Ultimate Universe, along with all the creators that are working on the other books. But the Ultimates is definitely, I would say, the flagship book, which is interesting, right? Because you would think maybe Jonathan Hickman would have been writing that one, but instead, he has given us one of the best Spider-Man books in, I would say, maybe decades. Yeah, this is great. Terry Dodson and Rachel Dodson really nail the art when it comes to the beginning of it. We also get to see a little prologue, which is really insane. And then once we dive back into the heart of it, which I'll go more into spoilers, it's pretty crazy. So we have a lot of different settings. We have the little prologue. We get to see everything outside the dome in the city, and then we get to see inside of the city, and what the Maker has done. So everything works perfectly. Now, this series, I believe, is scheduled to be 5 issues, and I'm trying to figure out how we're going to get it all wrapped up very neatly in such a short time. So this is going to be really interesting. I think this is one of the most fun events Marvel has had, and overall, they've been really nailing it. Like this, I may not be a big fan of everything that's going on in the main line, but the events have been pretty good. One World Under Doom was great. The Blood Hunt was a lot of fun, but this one just feels that much more special. So, very exciting stuff. Okay, let's talk about the covers, and then after that, I will go full spoilers on everything that happened, or at least hit the highlights. Because, man, oh man, for a book that is only 32 pages, they really packed it all in there. So this is the main cover by Mark Brooks with the design around it. There may also be a cover without all that. This is a really fun 1 in 1,000 black and white Virgin variant for Scotty Young, but you can also get this cover normally as well. A Chip Zdarsky 1 in 1,000 Ultimate Endgame. I mean, you may be able to get some of these in the blind bags. We'll talk about that in a second. We have a Ryan Stegman 1 in 25. Very cool. Going back to Zdarsky, he did his cover kind of like his own Spider-Man life, kind of in that same style. So that's really fun. We have a really cool Alexander Lozano variant. This is a 1 in 50 with the Wasp, which if you're a fan of the Wasp, you want to read the Ultimates 19 right after this. We have a really cool blank variant. We have this Cafu variant. Cafu doing some amazing, amazing work in other titles. The Will of Doom was one of my favorite books from last week. We have a Cape and Cowl comics by Terry Dodson. We have another Terry Dodson cover, which is kind of like the other side almost of this um, event. We have the Dan Panosian cover with the Ultimate Wolverine teaming up with Spider Man. We have Derek Chew's foil variant. I got to see this at my shop in person when they were putting stuff away. Man, oh man, this looks super cool. We have this really cool Mark Brooks. So this is the main cover, what you can see behind the trade dress. Peach Momoko, of course, with her own cover. I'll definitely be picking this one up. I love Peach Momoko's art. And then we have, of course, the Virgin variant for that. And then this is what the cover looks like in the blind bag. So uh, I'm very excited. My shop was able to put aside a few of these blind bags for me. So we'll be opening those on stream or maybe later on. The Stanford Green, this is a wraparound cover. You might have seen it in our preview video. This is what the Scotty Young cover looks like when it's fully colored. This is the homage to the Avengers by Stonehouse. Very cool. And then we are back to the main cover. Before I move off from the covers, if you get the blind bags, there is a chance for you to get some autographs from Robert Downey Jr., which I think is pretty nuts. So yeah, I'll be getting a few of these blind bags. Hopefully it's not too much of a difference. I haven't really even looked at the price, but going by what's here on League of Comic Geeks, the blind bags are $5.99, while the regular covers are, I guess they're $5.99 as well. I don't quote me on the blind bag price then, because yeah, I don't know if that's exactly how much they are. And then I don't know how many of the covers that we saw are things that you can get from the blind bag. So yeah, it's gonna be really, really fun to see what's in there, and then what else we can get. So all right. We're gonna get into spoilers now. So if you don't want to know anything about what just happened and what's going on, first of all, let's go over the cast. We have Tony Stark, the Iron Lad. We have Doom, Reed Richards. We have Captain America, Steve Rogers, America Chavez, Hawkeye, who is Charlie Ramsey in this universe, Giant Man, Hank Pym, and Wasp, Janet Van Dyne, who are very prominent in this issue of the Ultimates 19 that comes out this week as well. We have Luke Cage and She-Hulk. Those are all from the Ultimates book for the most part. Then we move on to the Spider Family. Peter Parker, Spider-Man, Venom, Richard Parker, his son, Mary Jane Watson, and then May Parker, wife and daughter, of course, respectively. We also have Uncle Ben, Ben Parker, and J. Jonah Jameson, who are the truth tellers of this world. And then we have the Maker and his goons, Captain Britain, Henry Duggery, Hulk, Bruce Banner, Magic, Ileana Rasputin, the Black King, Emmanuel da Costa, Emperor Sunfire, Shiro Yoshida, Viper, Silver Samurai, and Nick Fury, the director of Hand. Sorry, I called it Shield earlier, but it's actually, I forgot that it's Hand in this world. You know what I was really surprised by, and this is the first big spoiler. We did not see what the Maker do um, all the way through, right? We saw little hints of what he had done in the past, but one of the first things we see in the prologue is he goes and visits and destroys the Eternals. He takes their technology because he has all this other knowledge, right? He has this. Not only is he one of the smartest men in the any universe, but he has all this knowledge from other universes as well, and he puts that to work. So he takes out the Eternals, he takes out their engine of recreation, and he has a plan for it that is later on revealed. Then we get to the prologue. Once we get to the prologue, I'm sorry, we move on to probably just like the preparation from everyone, right? We see Spider-Man saying goodbye to his family, going to join the Ultimates. We have Iron Lad in his like doing his best impression of Dr. Manhattan, because as you may know if you have been reading the Ultimates book, Iron Lad Tony Stark, after almost dying, he kind of cloned himself, and now he can be in multiple places at once, connected via this Ultranet, which is kind of a nod to Ultron. So we visit with everyone. We see Luke Cage and his own fighters. We see everybody that's all over the place, and everybody moves closer to the city, to the dome, to see what's going on. But this is when Han finally moves in. We get to see this version of Nick Fury attack everyone and start blowing things up. But then the moment arrives, we get some really cool pages of like, I guess the ultimates and all the heroes from all over the world kind of having this conflict. But to me, once the city and the dome is open, and Jonas Sharf takes over the art, it becomes like a next level book. It's incredible stuff. I really love the design of the city. First of all, there's a giant tree in the middle, and we'll talk about what that is in a minute. And then we see that um, because so much time passed inside the city, time dilation compared to what's going on outside, right? Only 2 years passed on the outside, but 1,000 years passed on the inside, which was a concept that um, Dennis Camp was already familiar if you read his Children of the Atom book after doing stuff with the Vault. Jonathan Hickman and Dennis Camp really have a lot of that stuff set up, and it's very, very cool. I think that the idea that there are these like his own little, I guess, machines, and these beings, his own children that the maker has made in order for them to attack. So we get to see them fight the ultimates as they open the door. We also get to see Immortus, the Lord of Time, in this universe, and we get the big reveal. But I think it's really cool to see all these things throughout. The big reveal at the end of this issue is that the maker himself has become the city, and we get this like really grotesque image of like this. We get to see the grotesque image of like the maker being part of that giant tree that you can see from the outside. And then Jonas Sharp really incorporates like his face and the helmet and everything. So now that the maker is this gigantic city, what happens then? This It's really cool stuff. I will say the main reason you want to read Ultimates number 19, which is a little bit of a spoiler, but we're in spoiler territory now, is because you get your first look at Ultimate Vision. So you want to check that out as well. That's another book written by Dennis Camp with Frank Frigeri. And then from there, we still have other Ultimate books. They're not over yet. We have the end of Ultimate Spider-Man. We have we have Ultimate Black Panther. We also have Ultimate X-Men, Ultimate Wolverine, Ultimate Universe 2 years in, which that one already has come out, but you should read it before this. And then, of course, Ultimate Endgame. So, very cool stuff as this universe comes to a close. I'm very sad that it's happening, but I'm really excited about how it's going to go down. Well, there you have it. That is everything that happened in the Ultimate Endgame number one. There's so much more to talk about, but I'm very happy that not only did I get to read this, but also that I get to share that with everyone. I'm really excited to go pick up my blind boxes or my blind bags so I can actually crack them open. So stay tuned for that. And let me know, what did you think about this issue? What did you think about everything that went down? About this concept of the maker becoming the city? It is some really insane stuff. What else does he have planned for our heroes? And then can they survive and save their own universe? Really exciting stuff. Okay, if you're watching this, today is the last day to fill out the year-end survey for the best of 2025. Make sure to go check that out. It's in the description of this video or in our community page. Also, if you're interested in Endgame and Doomsday and everything that's going on with the Marvel Universe, make sure to go check out our review, our trailer reaction for the latest Avengers Doomsday trailer in which they feature Thor. We've gotten two of those, so very exciting stuff. Yeah, as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.